Can you reach the floor without your back negotiating the terms first? Tibetan monks living high in the mountains stayed loose and mobile into their 80s, and they did it with 6 stretches refined over centuries. The 4th stretch frees the stiffness most men feel but never trace to its real source. But let's start with the stretch that opens the part of your spine that locks up first. The cat-cow looks gentle, almost too simple to matter. That softness is exactly why it works on the part of your body that stiffens before anything else. The small joints stacked all the way up your spine. Here is what is quietly happening to a lot of us. By 60, you have lost a real share of the easy range your spine had at 30, not because of time, but because the days stopped asking for it. You drive, you sit, you look down at a phone. The spine settles into one shape and slowly forgets the others. You feel it the first 10 minutes after you wake, when bending to lace a shoe feels like a project. This stretch gives that range back, so getting out of a low chair stops being a calculation. Start on your hands and knees, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Breathe in and let your belly drop toward the floor as your chest and tail lift. That is the cow. Then breathe out and round your back toward the ceiling, tucking your chin gently. That is the cat. Move slowly with the breath, taking a full 5 seconds each direction. The common mistake is forcing the ends of the range and cranking the neck. Don't. Let the movement come from the middle of your back, not the neck or the low back. If your wrists complain, drop to your forearms or make soft fists. Do 10 slow rounds, breathing the whole time. Every slow pass teaches each segment of your spine to move on its own again instead of moving as one stiff block. That separation is what real mobility is, and it comes back faster than most men expect. After a couple of weeks of this, you are going to notice you reach into the back seat for a bag without the bracing pause you do now. That small thing is the spine trusting itself again. That covers the spine. But there is a region lower down that decides whether your hips open or stay locked, and you feel it every time you lower yourself to the ground. Ever watched a man in his 60s lower himself into a chair in stages, one hand on the armrest, easing down the last few inches like the floor moved? That is not aging. That is hip flexors that have been short and tight so long the body forgot they could lengthen. Years of sitting fold the front of your hips into a permanent half-closed position. The muscles up the front of your thigh and across the hips stop reaching their full length, and your stride shortens, your low back picks up the slack, and standing tall starts to take effort. This stretch reopens the front of the hip so walking and standing stop quietly costing you. Step 1 foot far forward into a long lunge, back knee resting on the floor, front knee stacked over the front ankle. Keep your chest tall and gently press your hips forward until you feel a long stretch across the front of the back leg's hip. Breathe slowly and hold for 30 seconds, then switch sides. The common mistake is letting the front knee drift past the toes or arching the low back to fake the stretch. Keep the front shin upright and tuck your tailbone slightly so the stretch lands in the hip, not the spine. If the back knee is tender, fold a towel under it. Do 2 holds on each side. When you hold a lengthened position and breathe into it, the nervous system slowly lowers its guard and allows more range. You are not stretching the muscle like taffy. You are teaching your body it is safe to let go there. This is the difference between walking with a free, open stride at 70 and shuffling with short, careful steps. Most men feel the cost of tight hips the day they catch a toe on a curb and stumble. That is not clumsiness. That is a hip that could not open in time, and the work in my ebook goes straight at the root of it. These stretches work because tissue lengthens in response to time spent in a position, not force, and the deeper layer underneath that is strength inside the new range. The stretches wake the range up. The 50 isometric holds in my ebook are how you lock that strength in so the range holds under real load, organized for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who want to move freely and stop bracing for their own bodies. The link is in the description below. Then comes the stretch most men get completely wrong. You probably think a squat is a leg exercise. What if I told you this one is really an ankle and hip exercise, and that the reason most men can't sink into it has almost nothing to do with their knees? A full resting squat is the position humans rested in for most of history, and your body is built to own it. Lose it, and getting down to the floor to fix something or play with a grandchild turns into a negotiation. The block is usually stiff ankles and closed hips, not weak legs. Stand with your feet a little wider than your hips, toes turned slightly out. Slowly lower your hips down towards your heels, keeping your heels flat on the floor and your chest up. Sink as far as you comfortably can and hold, letting your elbows rest gently against the inside of your knees to ease them open. Hold for 30 seconds, breathing slowly. The common mistake is letting the heels lift or rounding the back hard to get lower. Stay only as deep as you can keep your heels down. If you can't keep balance, hold a doorframe or a sturdy post and let it take some weight. Do 2 holds. Holding this position under your own body weight slowly restores the ankle and hip range that modern footwear and chairs erased, and the joints relearn a shape they were designed for. Think of it as putting the floor back within reach. So the day you need to get down low and back up, your body simply does it instead of warning you against it. The men who keep doing these are the ones still getting down to the floor and back up on their own at 80. Subscribe. Then comes the one most men feel but never trace correctly. When was the last time you turned to check your blind spot and felt your whole upper body turn as one stiff piece instead of your spine rotating freely? Here is the part almost no one gets right. The stiffness most men feel and blame on their lower back is often a rotation deficit higher up, in the middle of the spine. When the upper back stops rotating, the low back twists past what it should to make up the difference, and that is where the ache comes from. This stretch restores the rotation where it belongs, which takes the strain off where it hurts. Sit on the floor with both legs extended. Bend your right knee and cross your right foot over to the outside of your left thigh. Place your left elbow on the outside of that right knee. Sit tall and slowly rotate your upper body to the right, leading with your chest, not your neck. Hold for 30 seconds, breathing into the turn, then switch sides. The common mistake is wrenching from the neck and shoulders to look like you are turning more. Let the rotation come from your mid-back. If sitting flat is hard, sit on a folded cushion to lift your hips. Do 2 holds each side. Restoring rotation in the mid-back gives the low back permission to stop overworking, and that quiet ache you have lived with for years often eases on its own. This is the stretch that decides whether your back works for you or fights you through an ordinary day. Strong, mobile legs only matter if the trunk on top of them turns freely. And there is a stretch coming that almost no man trains on purpose, even though it controls how your shoulders sit every hour you are awake. The chest opener is easily one of the most underrated mobility stretches there is. It works directly on the posture that decades of desks, steering wheels, and phones quietly build into you. The front of your chest and shoulders tightens from years of reaching forward, and it pulls your shoulders into a permanent slight round. You feel it as tension across the upper back and a neck that aches by evening, and you see it in photos where you look more folded forward than you feel. This stretch opens the front so the shoulders can settle back where they belong. Stand in a doorway. Place your forearms on the frame with your elbows at about shoulder height, bent 90 degrees. Step 1 foot through the doorway and gently lean your weight forward until you feel a long stretch across the front of both shoulders and your chest. Keep your ribs down and your chin level. Hold for 30 seconds, breathing slowly, then ease out. The common mistake is letting the low back arch and the ribs flare to fake a deeper stretch. Keep the stretch in the chest, not the spine. If the shoulders are sensitive, lower your arms slightly. Do 2 holds. Lengthening the front of the chest lets the muscles of the upper back finally switch on and hold your shoulders back without effort, which is what good posture actually is. Within a few weeks, you will catch yourself standing taller in a line, reaching overhead without a hitch, and turning to look behind you without your whole torso coming along for the ride. Now the one that ties your whole lower body back to the ground. This is the one I pointed to at the start in spirit, the stretch that pulls the whole back line of your body into one long, connected release. It is the simplest position here, and the one that tells you the most about where you actually stand. The entire back of your body, from your heels up through your hamstrings, hips, and spine, works as one connected chain. When any link tightens, the whole line shortens, and bending to pick something off the floor becomes the moment men dread. This fold lengthens the whole chain at once. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Soften your knees slightly and hinge forward from your hips, letting your head and arms hang heavy toward the floor. Don't force your hands to the ground. Just let gravity draw you down as you breathe. Hold for 30 to 45 seconds, breathing slowly, and with each exhale, let yourself sink a little lower. The common mistake is locking the knees and yanking to touch the floor, which strains the low back. Keep a soft bend in the knees and let the length come from the hips and hamstrings. If the hamstrings are very tight, rest your hands on a chair seat. Do 2 holds. Every exhale here tells your nervous system it is safe to release, and the back line lengthens a little more each time. Hold this regularly and the floor stops feeling far away. This is the one standing between a confident bend to tie your shoes and the slow, bracing lower most men your age have quietly accepted. Master this, and it is the clearest sign the other 5 did their job. Here is how to build these into a simple daily flow. Run through them once each morning, and a second time in the evening if you have the minutes. Start with 10 slow rounds of the cat-cow to wake the spine. Then hold the deep lunge for 30 seconds on each side, followed by 2 30-second holds in the deep squat. From there, 2 spinal twists on each side, 2 chest openers in the doorway, and finish with 2 long holds in the forward fold. Move slowly into every position and let the breath, not force, take you deeper. And if you've ever wondered why your hips lock up faster than almost any other joint as the years add up, I broke down exactly that in another video. It pairs directly with the lower body work you just did here, and it is the natural next step once these 6 feel easy. Watch that one next.